Hello everybody, this is Dr. Bob DiMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. We have some very fascinating questions once again, and I thank you for that. What can I take for a fatty liver? Probably one of the most recent challenges that we're seeing with practice members is this whole fatty liver issue, because the liver can extend literally down into your pelvis. And when your liver gets large, it impairs blood flow to the heart. But I have found one of the leading causes of a fatty liver is fruit. And that really intrigues people, and sometimes they get downright perturbed because all of the doctors out there that are on TV and magazines and all of the health gurus say to eat fruit. I'm not trying to be contrary, but I'm going to tell you right now, we do diet journals on our practice members, and we have access to the most advanced digital radiography in the planet. And people who come into the office have fatty livers, they eat fruit. And that's not healthy. I'd rather have eat all the vegetables you want. And of course, you can eat a half a red apple every day. Pears and plums will pass. But I wouldn't eat fruit if I was you. So I recently released a picture by myself in front of some pork. And we were talking about pork being toxic, etc. Had so many comments and so many likes on our research that I had just to address the issue. And someone asked me about it. Why do I say no pork? Because it's toxic. You know, when I was a kid, when we used to have ham, canned ham, at the holiday season, and you would slice that ham, and I have a slice or two, but for the next 24 hours I was massively thirsty. That's because pork is toxic, and your body is trying to do whatever it can to minimize those toxins by you drinking water and diluting them. Pork is not the next white meat, and I've done research in the past. There's something called homotoxicology, where pork tissue, pork flesh is as close as it can be to human flesh. And I know it's going to be one of the first times I ever say this in public, but people who eat a lot of pig product, they start looking a little porky themselves. I'm just saying, do some research on its own. I'm sure this will light up the screen. I just couldn't wait to say that. So somebody was coming in and had a question about heart problems and their family members should or shouldn't they take Celtic sea salt. Well, Dr. David Brownstein wrote an excellent book about Celtic sea salt. We talk about sea salt itself. Your heart needs minerals. Your heart goes lubbed up. Those valves are closing. Those valves need B vitamins and minerals. I was just at a luncheon right prior to coming to see, and a lady, her husband was 39 years old, had a heart attack. He's on a low sodium diet right now. And I said, you know what, if he continues on the low sodium diet, he probably is going to have more heart challenges. And she said, well, that's okay because he smokes cigarettes. The point of the matter is, you need minerals. I would stay away from commercialized salt, iodized salt. When you go to the local grocery store, you want an unrefined salt. We prefer Celtic sea salt. I recently tested someone with Himalayan salt, and the test that we did for them was negative. Their body couldn't handle the Himalayan pink salt. Just saying. Okay, somebody was watching my information about hyper and hypothyroid, and they said that their T3 and their T4 and the TSH came back to normal. Now, Western healthcare providers look at blood tests a little bit different than I do. We always like the normals to be at least a midline, but you could have a normal on the lower end of the midline or the higher end of the midline, and it's not normal. So your body signals are important, but we always follow the numbers. So I'm not sure who you are out there, but you'd be very wise to make a contact with us so we can help you. Somebody asked a question in reference to excessive bleeding. They went to all kinds of doctors, taking birth control pills, and they've had and used a lot of feminine products. The bottom line with heavy menses is too much estrogen. What causes too much estrogen? Compromised liver function. If the liver's not processing the estrogen, you're going to have heavy bleeding, you're going to have tender breast. You may consider a castor oil pack, you might consider getting off of fruit, you might consider a program of detoxification, maybe some milk thistle, but you definitely got to get that liver going. Tremendous questions. We appreciate them. I'm Dr. Bob DiMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob.